everybody, it's Andrea here. Now, I hope you're sitting comfy. I am. I'm in my old rocking chair. I'm going to tell you a story that I bet you already know, but I bet you never heard it told quite like this. You see, when I was growing up, I lived in Virginia, and people kind of talk like this there. So this is how I'm going to tell it, because that's how I heard it when I was a child. When you're sitting comfy, I'll start. See if you can guess what story it is. One time there was this little bitty girl, and she had a grandmother, and the grandmother was having a birthday. Well, this little bitty girl wanted to go and get her grandmother something, so she went out of her house into the woods to pick some flowers to give her grandmother. She wandered this way and that way through the woods, taking her time, picking some little pretty flowers here and a bunch of little pretty flowers over there. And oh, look over yonder under that tree. There's some really pretty flowers. Well, before long, little bitty girl was lost. And she wandered round and around the woods like lost people will do, until she happened upon a little old log cabin in the woods. Well, she was mighty tired and hungry. She wondered if anyone might be there, so she slipped up on tiptoe and looked through the window. And she couldn't see nobody there, so she pushed the door open, and there was nobody in that house, so she just walked right on in. Well, on the big old kitchen table were three bowls of sweet milk, and oh, the little bitty girl was so hungry she just had to try it. So she picked up the first great big bowl and took a sip. Oh, but it was just too salty. She didn't like that none. So she put it down. She picked up the middle-sized bowl and she took a sip of that. Oh, it was too sweet, too much sugar in it. So she put it down on the table. Then she picked up the little teeny weeny bowl and she took a sip, and it was so delicious she drank it all up. Well, she looked around the kitchen, and over yonder in the corner she saw three chairs. There was a great big chair, a middle-sized chair, and a teeny weeny little chair. Well, she was mighty tired, so she thought, I'm just going to sit down and rest a while before I go home. So she slipped up on the great big chair. Oh, it was too hard. So she slid off it, and then she tried the medium-sized chair. It had lots of old stuffy pillows on it, and she couldn't get comfy. So she slid right off, and then she tried the teeny weeny chair, and it was just right. It fit her just right, but when she sat down on it, it broke all to pieces. Oh my! She had to pick herself up off the floor. She looked over yonder in the other corner, and there were three beds. Well, she thought, I am mighty tired. I've been walking a long time. I could lie down and do with a rest. Well, there was a great big bed, a middle-sized bed, and a teeny weeny little bed. Well, she slipped up onto that great big bed, but it was too hard. She couldn't get comfy, so she slid down and she slipped up on that medium-sized bed. Well, my goodness, it had so many cushions on it, it was all lumpy, and she couldn't get comfy. So she slid down and she slipped up onto that little tiny, tiny bed. And it was so comfy. She laid down her head and she went to sleep on it. Well, what I haven't told y'all is that while all this was going on, there were three bears who lived in that cottage, and they went out for a walk in the woods to work up an appetite for all that sweet milk for their breakfast. Well, here they came back through the woods and back into their little log cabin in the woods. And the daddy bear, who was a great gruff bear, sniffed around that kitchen. And he said, somebody's been eating my sweet milk. He looked at his bowl. And the mama bear, well, she started sniffing around the kitchen. Land sakes, I think someone's been drinking my sweet milk. And then the teeny weeny little baby bear sniffed too, like his mom and dad. And he looked at his little bowl of sweet milk that was empty, and he said, someone's been drinking my sweet milk and drank it all up. Well, Daddy Bear looked over yonder in the corner at his chair, and he said, somebody been sitting on my chair. And the mama bear said, well, I declare, I think someone's been sitting on my chair 'cause all my pillows are mussed up." And the little baby bear looked at his little chair all in pieces on the floor and he cried, "Boo hoo! Someone sat on my chair and broken it all to pieces." Well, that put old Daddy Bear in a real mood. He looked over yonder in another corner and he looked at his bed and said, "Somebody been sleeping on my bed." And Mama Bear, she looked at her bed and said, "Well, I don't know what to say. Someone's been asleep on my bed and mussed up all my pillows. I don't know, I declare." And little baby bear looked at his bed and said, "Someone's been sleeping on my bed and she's still right there." Well, with that, the little itty bitty girl sat bolt upright and she stared up and saw three bears staring down at her. Well, she was mighty scared and she screamed and she slid down off that bed and she ran and ran as fast as her little legs would carry her, lickety split, out through the kitchen, out of the door, back through the woods, round and round, till she got home to her mama's house. And you know what? She was still holding on to that bunch of pretty flowers she picked in the forest all those hours before. My, they were all wilted, but her mama put them in a jug of water and said they'll be fine. And later on, when her grandmother came round, she was so pleased with him. But both the mama and the grandmother said to the little itty bitty girl she must never go wandering off through the woods again by herself. All right. The end.